Hello students, today we are going to learn a very important topic of grammar. The name of this topic is transformation of sentences. In this part of transformation, we are going to learn 4 topics, out of which not only but also and no sooner than is what we are going to take in this module. So let's begin. Now the first thing that we are going to learn is use of not only but also. Not only but also is used for stating two things, to activities, to ideas or to places. Now let's see how to put not only but also in sentences. Now in case of not only but also sentences, the first thing that we have to do is place not only after the verb and then place but also in place of and. Now students, let's take a look how to use these rules in a sentence. The sentence is, I can see a dinosaur and a genie. First and foremost, we will begin the sentence with I can see. After that, we will place not only after the verb. Here the verb is see. Then we will place a dinosaur. The second step is to place but also in place of and. So let's do that. After but also, whatever remains in the sentence will be put as it is. So the answer is, I can see not only a dinosaur but also a genie. Let's take a look at another sentence. India is a powerful and a developing country. So again, we will begin with the initial part of the sentence, place not only after the verb, then whatever follows, replace and with but also, and then the remaining part of the sentence. India is not only a powerful but also a developing country. Another sentence. Rishi loves swimming as well as lazing around in the pool. So again, we will begin with putting not only after the verb, right? Loves is the verb after that. Swimming is the first thing, as well as. Now students, whether it's as well as, whether it's a comma or and, the replacement will always be with but also. But also lazing around in the pool. Now, in case of sentences with two subjects, the sentence has to begin with not only. For example, Varun and Alia are famous actors. So, we will begin with not only, then put Varun and will be replaced with but also, followed by Alia. Now, one thing that you have to notice here students, are has become is in the answer. Because when we are using not only but also for two subjects, the verb will agree to the subject closest to it. So if I am saying Alia dash a famous actor, I cannot say are because it's a singular one, right? Single person. So Alia is a famous actor. So it will turn into singular. Education and value system are important for the growth of a child. Not only, the first thing that we'll put is education. The replacement of and will be but also. Value system, and then are will turn into is important for the growth of a child. So whenever we have two subjects, the verb will agree to the subject closest to it, which is generally the second subject. Taj Mahal and Qutub Minar have beautiful architecture. Not only Taj Mahal, but also Qutub Minar has beautiful architecture. Harry Potter and the Percy Jackson series are well known for child fiction work. So we will begin with not only, then put Harry Potter. Replacement of and is but also. The Percy Jackson series is well known for child fiction work. Okay, so are turned into is. Now, next sentence. Honesty and diligence are important qualities of a leader. So again, we'll begin with not only honesty, but also diligence is an important quality of a leader. Let us now take a look at this exercise. The watchman informed the factory manager as well as the chairperson about the fire incident. The watchman informed not only the factory manager but also the chairperson about the fire incident. Let's look at the next sentence. Veronica loves sketching animals as well as painting them on walls. So, right, there are two things, sketching animals, painting them on walls. Loves is the verb. So, Veronica loves not only sketching animals but also painting them on the walls. The thieves broke open the door and destroyed the security camera. The thieves not only broke open the door but also destroyed the security camera. William Shakespeare wrote both tragedy and comedy plays. William Shakespeare wrote not only tragedy but also comedy plays. All students applying to the university must give a math test as well as an English test before submitting their applications. So, we'll begin with all students applying to the university must not only give a math test but also an English test before submitting their application. Let us now look at the next topic, which is no sooner than. No sooner than is used to indicate time in a sentence. It generally replaces when or as soon as. So, let's take a look. The instruction here is replace as soon as with no sooner, switch the subject and the verb, replace the comma or conjunction with than. Now let us see how to do that. As soon as I will cook, he will eat. So first thing we have to do is replace. As soon as will be replaced with no sooner. Second is switch the subject and the verb. The subject is I, the verb is will cook. Now here we will have to change the position of the subject and the verb. So it will become will I cook. And then replace the comma or conjunction with than. So here we'll put than and the remaining part of the sentence will be as it is. Let's take a look at another sentence. As soon as the cake will be decorated, I will send a picture. So let's begin with no sooner. Now switch the subject and the verb. The subject is the cake and the verb is will be decorated. But we will just take the auxiliary verb, which is will. So will the cake be decorated? Comma will be substituted with than. I will send a picture. As soon as I will wake up tomorrow, I will give you a call. So again, begin with no sooner. Switch the subject and the auxiliary verb, that is I and will. So it will turn into will I. Wake up tomorrow. Comma will be substituted by than. And then the remaining part of the sentence will remain as it is. Now, in case of a sentence with a single verb before the comma, add do, does or did as per the tense of the sentence. Now what does this mean? Convert the main verb into simple present tense first person form. Both of these instructions, we will now see how to use them. As soon as I drove the car, I liked it. Now see here, I drove. So there is only one verb, which is drove. But we need two verbs because the first verb has to be switched with the subject. So in this case, what we will do is we will identify the tense of the sentence. The tense is past because it's drove. So the answer will be, no sooner did I drive the car than I liked it. So in place of drove, we put did drive. Did because it's in the past tense and drive had to be added as the second rule over here states simple present tense first person form. Let's take a look at another example. As soon as she drives the car, she likes it. Here, the tense of the sentence is present. So it is drives. But the form, the subject is in she form. Since it is in the present tense and it is in the she form, we are going to use does. So no sooner does she drive the car than she likes it. Next, as soon as I drive the car, I like it. Now, drive is again in the present tense and the subject is I form. Since it is in the I form, we are going to use the verb do. We are going to add the verb do. So, no sooner do I drive the car than I like it. So, students, what we did over here is, we saw that for the past tense, any form, we use did. For the present tense, he, she, it form, we use does. And for the present tense, I, we, they form, we use do. Accordingly, we have to add them in the sentences. Now let's take a look at the instruction. Replace as soon as with no sooner. Put the subject after the verb. Replace the comma or conjunction with than. Now let's use this in the sentences given. As soon as my mother gave me a pie, I ate it. So we'll begin with no sooner. Did my mother give me a pie? So we added did. Then I ate it. As soon as he stepped out without an umbrella, it started pouring. So we'll begin with no sooner. Again, stepped is the only verb, we will add did. did he step out without an umbrella than it started pouring. When I saw my pet, I felt happy. No sooner did I see my pet than I felt happy. Now students, in this we added did again because saw is in the past tense. When the rain stops, a rainbow will be seen. No sooner does the rain stop than a rainbow will be seen. As soon as the bird is fledged, it will fly. No sooner is the bird fledged than it will fly. When the child had recited the poem, his mother started clapping. No sooner had the child recited the poem than his mother started clapping. As soon as the team will win the title, the school will declare a holiday. So no sooner will the team win the title than the school will declare a holiday. As soon as I shall meet, I shall spill all my secrets. No sooner shall I meet than I shall spill all my secrets. When the police had seen the violation, they penalized the people. So no sooner had the police seen the violation than they penalized the people. So in this module, we learned how to form sentences with no sooner than and not only but also. In the next module, we will look at 2 more topics.